What is technology? Is technology just computers and cell phones? So then, what is it?
The branch of knowledge that deals with the creation and use of technical means and their interrelation with life, society, and the environment, drawing upon such subjects as industrial arts, engineering, applied science, and pure science.
What?
A technological process, invention, method, or the like.
So, cavemen were the first scientists then. Basically, technology is not about what modern technology is. Technology is basically an invention. Cell phone usage in the US has increased from 34 million to 203 million in the last 10 years. And now the internet. If we keep this trend going, then by the year 2009, that's this year, 101% of the United States population over the age of 18 will be internet users. Yeah, that is impossible. Were these increases in usage within reason, or did we rely on the media hype over this new technology and buy into it just because the world said to?
Today's internet topic.
What would you do to change the world?
End hunger.
Everyone gets a house.
Teach people to read. Share your lunch.
I would teach people a new language.
Plant a tree.
Make music.
Make peace.
Today, more students are using Apple Macintosh to share ideas on the internet than any other computer.
What would you do?
Did that ad just imply that if we bought Macintosh, we would save the world? But is it all bad? Is all technology bad technology? Instead of sitting at a drafting table for hours on end, look what you can do in about 20 minutes on a computer now. Take a look at the 2008 X Games Super Park. So then all technology is good. No, far from it. Media is both good and bad. Not everything is perfect, but what is ideal a company will advertise. Contrary, what is a flaw other companies will parade that flaw, using it to say that their competition is horrible. We've all seen them, those PC versus Mac ads, where Apple finds the little flaws and sometimes lies about Microsoft in order to sell their product. Is that okay? Well, maybe if you're selling pencils or pens, but when it comes to computers, you don't have the option to randomly turn back on your purchase and buy a PC if you bought a Mac or vice versa. Microsoft could easily turn around and bash Macs and show the flaws that they have, but they don't do that. They take a very different approach, one that's equally as pointless though.
Hello, I'm a PC, and I've been made into a stereotype.
I'm a PC, and I'm not what you call hip.
I'm a PC, and I wear glasses.
I wear glasses.
Hey, I wear glasses.
I wear jeans, and I study jeans.
All Microsoft does is show that a lot of people around the world use their product. Neither ad shows one company's product being better than the other with real examples. Both are just pointless ads that we've all come to know, and a lot of us have bought into them. Ignore the spike on Y2K, look where Macs started to sell more. So then what does this do to it? The first step to writing any essay is obvious. Research, books, libraries. But do we really do that? Do we know this information, or do we just go onto the computer and type it into a bar? This is Coding USA Today. Teens and young adults are more likely in their free time to check their Facebook page than read a book, and they're dumber for it. That is Mark Bauerlein's contention in this book. Bauerlein, an English professor at Emory University in Atlanta, says Generation Y, ages 16 through 29, has been shaped by exposure to computer technology since elementary school. Luckily, this article was just posted on the 3rd of June. So maybe we are just depending on computers to make thoughts for us. Does that make us robots then? I want you to take a look at this. Whatever, is the result of 15 years of research and is being tested as a teacher after working as a receptionist. She, or it, is multilingual, can organize set tasks for pupils, call the roll, and get angry when kids misbehave. Saya is a teaching robot. Well, maybe it does. We are capable of thoughts and emotions, but since the computer, internet, cell phone, all that good stuff, that's all we're good for. But will we be able to survive? Say another dark age happens, what will happen to the human race? What will we do if we can't use Google, Wikipedia, or any other search engine to solve our problems? How will we be able to solve them on our own? We all know what the medieval times are. Times of castles, horses, knights riding those horses. But will the Dark Age happen again? Well, not at this rate. So far we still know what's going on in the world, but soon we won't need to know, as it will be documented on the internet. Going to school would be pointless if you could only afford a computer. Which brings us back to Mac versus PC. We get to see the benefits from using one computer over the other, an obvious benefit of the media. But do we see the whole truth? Do we get to see all the products in advertising? Some companies can't afford to publicly show the benefits of their products over others. But we do get to see a lot of the products out there today. Maybe not all of them, but at least some of the best. How do we know which product to buy if we can't rely just on the media? Well, this is where technology comes in handy. You can head on down to your local library. You might have to sign up for this part, but you can go online on their computers for free. Go to one of those search engines we were talking about earlier and search for consumer product reviews. Click on the first result. You'll probably get something like this where you can search for the product that you're looking for. And from there, it's probably self-explanatory what to do next. But maybe technology ads aren't a bad thing. Maybe those companies not being able to afford to sell the product is a signal. Maybe if they can't afford to sell the product in the media, they aren't selling it for a reason. Their product might not stack up to the competition, so they have no customer. But what's next? What will the media try to sell us next? Take a look at these two cell phone ads. One is from a long time ago, one just came out last year.
2 more great reasons to come to Highland Superstores by Saturday. 1. This Nokia Mobera portable cellular phone is just $5.95. 2. You can impress your friends by telling them it costs a lot more.
Part MP3 player. Part phone. Totally.
That second phone looked just a little bit smaller now, didn't it? Those ads were about 18 years apart. Do you remember a little while back in the presentation, that Mac ad that was shown with that old computer? That thing was big, right? Well, look at this. This is the MacBook Air. This was just released last year, 2008. It's about 13 by 9 inches, and it weighs 3 pounds, and it has a 13.3-inch screen. It might not look like much, but it has one USB port, which can do everything that a computer needs nowadays to connect to CDs, speakers, anything. It also had an audio port, and it has built-in Bluetooth. It's just a little bit smaller now, isn't it? And the best part is, a user can do the same thing, if not more, on a new computer that's maybe 5% of the size of an older one. So now we're telling you to buy into the media. Well, kinda. If media were completely false, no TV station, radio station, etc. would pick up the product. But do these instructions come just a little bit too late? Only 1 person out of 24 people do not own a phone. This does not include us, and it includes Mr. Bugeaud. Look what company has the most customers. Which ad do you see the most on TV? But can we give all the credit to you for this? No, we cannot. Your parents are the ones that sign up for the contracts and give you your phones. They're obviously smart people, so they didn't just sign up for any random contract. Verizon has the most customers, and it advertises the most. Maybe they're directly related. Now look at this graph. First of all, I'd like to point out I did not know Facebook and YouTube were search engines, but we'll let that one slide. What other search engine is there? Google. That's it. What about the others? What about Ask, Live Search, and Yahoo? Those 3 and Google are known as the big 4, but look which one you all use the most. Just making sure you're awake for it, because this next graph is actually pretty interesting. Now this one is kind of shocking. Well, maybe not to you, but at least to me. Look at this graph and take some time to understand it. Now, does that make sense? I don't think so. I usually spend at least 4 hours on homework, maybe an hour or 2 on the computer. 7 of you said you spend more time doing homework than online, and 17 of you took the other approach and said you spend more time online than doing homework. 4 of you said that you spend no time on homework at all. None of you said that you do not go online. The data shows that you spend an average of 50 more minutes on the computer than you do working on your homework. Do your grades reflect that? Think about that question for the rest of the day as you walk into your next 3 classes. Then ask yourself if you're proud about it. Maybe Bowerlin was right. Maybe we are the dumbest generation. Is that our fault? It is, and it is not. We're all guilty of using technology to our advantage. We're doing it right now. This presentation would be so much different without technology. So maybe it is a good thing then. Well, technology was never the bad thing, really. The media hype over it is. There's no problem with using technology, but the way the media portrays it, we should be using it all the time, depending on it for our very lives. Here's a little challenge for you. Tomorrow, Come to school, no technology. No phones, no iPods, nothing for your entertainment or benefit, just technology like this, education. Do nothing for pure entertainment. We'll call it Survivor Techless. Would we be able to survive in the day? Well, try it out tomorrow and find out.